Anneli Rufus from the Daily Beast looked at statistics from several different studies. And what she tried to do is compile a list of the happiest people in the United States. So who is more likely to be happy in the U.S.? She compiled the list. I'm going to read it to you guys right now, and then we can discuss. So she finds that Republicans are 15% happier than Democrats. My only answer to that is that ignorance is bliss. So it doesn't seem surprising to me.
Yeah, I've seen studies like this before, and ironically or appropriately, I get sad over them. I think, my Democratic friends, cheer up. Everything's going to be all right.
Right.
No, I'm with you. But that might also have to do with religiosity. I know there's, of course, a lot of religious Democrats, but sometimes religious folks, I think I've seen studies where they say they just feel more at peace, and so that leads to being happier. And then for some of them, look, they're Republicans, so they, once they start a war, they just have a perpetual hard-on, and so that feels great. And and some of them are the richest people in the country. That's why they're Republicans. So they're like, yeah, of course, everything's great. I have $8 billion.
Yeah, I think that's the best explanation. By the way, she based that on the Pew Research Center. They did a survey, and they found that Republicans are 15% happier than Democrats. So the second thing on the list is that older people are 18% happier than younger people. This is so unsurprising. Like, sometimes I have daydreams about the day that I'm going to retire and, like, the things that I'm going to do. Like, when you retire, that's it. It's over. Like, there's no more uphill battle. You're done.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Ideally. I know that that's not the case for many, but...
And when you get older, you could have, it's possible to have more health conditions, and so, there's a lot of maybes in there, and but it's interesting. I think probably you're somewhat right that, again, it probably has something to do with serenity, that they think, like, okay, enough with the struggle, this is what it is, and maybe accepting life a little bit more leads to happiness. More happiness. I don't know.
Right. Well, the study says, and it's based on a Harris poll, it basically says that older people are wiser, so they know how to do things that make them happier, whereas young people are going through the trial and error period in their lives. So that's what the explanation was. All right.
Not bad. I can live with that explanation.
So here's another thing. If you're a stay-at-home mom, there's a 36% chance that you're very happy. And if you're a working mom, your chance of being very happy is exactly the same. So,
wait. They're happier than who?
Well, it says, hold on. It says that if you are single and raising a child, then you're likely to be unhappy compared to someone who is a working mom and has a child. And has a spouse and is not single.
Yeah, to which I say, of course.
Right.
I mean, it's so much harder being a single mom. That's got to be the most obvious one.
Here's the one that I'm not buying. Married people are 19% happier than unmarried people.
19 or 90?
19.
Yeah. I'm going back to my serenity theory. Like, you know what? The struggle to try to get laid anymore, etc. You just chill out and you're happy. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
No, I can buy that only because people that are married, they're trying to be married and they're doing it, so they're happy. There's a lot of unmarried people that want to be married and they're unhappy that they're not married. We can't just because the first thought when you're unmarried is, oh, the 20-somethings that are out having fun and just getting to know people still. What about the 50-somethings that aren't married, never were, the 40-somethings that are looking to get married and wanted kids, and they're like, oh, I haven't done it, and they're looking for it, and they haven't found it yet. They're unhappy.
Maybe it's because I'm in my early 20s, but I have this perception of marriage that I don't know, maybe it's unrealistic, but I have this perception that marriage is like a disaster. Like at first, the first couple years, no, I know, Jen, don't laugh. Like I have like this perspective that the first couple years are great because it's, you know, the honeymoon period and you love each other and you just moved in together and everything's new and different. And then after a while, you got to deal with his snoring, or you got to deal with him coughing up a loogie every morning, or you got to deal with him leaving a mess in the kitchen every day. Like, you don't want to deal with that crap, you know? So how are you going to be happier if you're married? You have to deal with someone's annoying habits on a daily basis for the rest of your life.
God, you make it sound so heartwarming. And you live happily ever after with his loogies, his farts, and his mess in the kitchen. Yeah, no. Listen, JR's point is nearly brilliant. Because add on top of what he said the fact that if people are unhappy when they're married, these days, since there isn't a lot of pressure to stay in the marriage, a lot of those people wind up getting divorced. Mm-hmm. So that eliminates more of the unhappy people from that subset. So given what JR said and given, that fact, I'm surprised that married people are only 19% happier. And that might be, due to the loogies.